Hello, it's day 125 of the Liberator Project. You know, it just seems a couple of minutes ago it was day 119. Doesn't time fly, huh? Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better. I've really got over my cold, thanks. Yeah, I'm not, not anywhere near as rough as I've been feeling for the last 3 days. But, I'm wearing foundation today because my nose is still, well, actually, it's the worst, actually. My nose has peeled and gone absolutely scarlet. So, this is a performance, so I'm wearing theatrical makeup. Right, today, well, right, first of all, I'm not a gambler. I know nothing about gambling, but I'm pretty good at maths. So this is why I did what I did. Now, a friend of a friend was telling me about this scheme. Well, a scheme? Well, it's not a scheme. It's an opportunity. And myself and Titania were together trying to sort out, because neither of us know how to bet. So between the two of us, we work something out. Right. The situation is this. This is, I think, I was convinced that this is a good bet. And it's not a case of I like betting or anyone do anything to do with that. But, I joined Betfair, where you bet against other people. I ignored the casino stuff, all the free offers for free spins, and I don't want to get into that because my maths is too good to know I've got any chance of winning anything like that. However, at the moment, everyone is declaring that, Joe Biden is the president-elect. And we don't know, because there's so many instances of potential fraud that it's still in the balance. Now, the media really, really pushing the Democrats to win. So they are just telling everyone, they're pushing and pushing and pushing, that Joe Biden's the president, he's won, and they've called the election for him. However, it's all very much still anyone's, can go for anyone could potentially, not anyone, but basically Donald Trump could still win. Now, but because of the narrative pushing that Joe Biden has already won, the odds on Donald Trump are something in the order of about 20, 25 to 1. Let's change hands. Are about 20 to 1 or so. Now, realistically, what's going to happen now? Well, there's several legal cases being brought, and there's enough. Well, they actually have an electoral college that does the seats, but there's enough electoral college votes on offer that neither candidate reaches the required, I think it's 270 to become the president. They're both floundering in the order of about 240 at the moment. And but we don't know what's going to happen. Now, there's a lot of sworn testimony about electoral fraud. There's a lot of exceptionally dodgy things. I mean, doing some maths, suddenly it looked like in one, I think it was Michigan, it was Joe Biden, someone got 138,000 votes appear now, and that suddenly swung the result. Now, that was very bizarre, because not only, if you never get block votes of 100%. Even in the most severe elections, you're only going to get 80, maybe 90% of a vote for one candidate, and that would be regarded as absolutely overwhelming. So the fact you get virtually 100%, in block votes that appeared at 4 a.m, and there was something dodgy with the, voting machine software that would randomly swap vote. Let's not go into that. It doesn't matter who you want to win. I don't care who you want to win, because that's not what this opportunity is about. Whoever your politics, Joe Biden is not guaranteed to win the presidential election. Now, it's going to legal place. It'll probably end up in the Supreme Court, and in which case, well, that is mainly Republican. But I don't think that the legal system is actually really that split on party politics. I think they are decent people as a rule, and will do whatever's objective. So, looking at the evidence, there's definitely some suspicion there, and that may be enough to make the election void. And in that case, what happens is every state in America gets one vote, and Donald Trump has more states than Joe Biden, so he would become the president. Or they can recall the election, or they can get the Speaker of the House of Representatives can be appointed as the not the Prime Minister. I'm English, sorry, the American President. So there's several routes. This is no way certain that Joe Biden has won, and really it depends on what the legal system decides. Now, it's already gone to the legal system, so it is in their hands. So let's say there's, there on one hand there is absolutely overwhelming evidence of electoral fraud. I mean, I've looked at it. I can't just, maths is good enough to know that when you start getting standard deviations above a norm of like 5 or 6, in scientific terms, that is proven. Whereas, it just doesn't make any sense that, the weird things that have happened. So, but anyway, knowing something's wrong is not the same as proving it. So there is a sort of chance that it will still be ignored. So this is the situation. Basically, there's a, let's say, 50-50 chance of Trump or Biden winning the presidency. However, the odds are something like 20 to 25 to 1 against Donald Trump. Now, from a sort of, mathematician's point of view, well, that is a very good bet to take up. If you ignore the hype and the media, if you say you've got certainly the odds of Trump winning are far in excess of given the fact he's only got 20, 25 to 1. So it's definitely worth a bet. So if you go on Betfair, you can you bet against other people, and the betting odds are actually traded like a commodity, so they vary. They vary between 12 and 37 to 1. But I bet when it was sort of 21. I thought that was a middle range, and basically, I put some money on that, and if I win, that's a 20 to 1 win. Now, there is some doubt that, of course, it might not necessarily be Trump or Biden, because they're old men, but also there might be all sorts of complications with the legal scheme. And you've got to look at, if it wasn't Trump or Biden, who could it possibly be? Well, you've got to look at the vice presidential candidates, and that's Kamala Harris or Mike Pence. Now, they're sat at 1,000 to 1 at the moment. So if you put £1 on each of those, that's fabs. £1 in the scale of things, even for me, that's not a killer. That's still £1,000 if they win. And then, of course, if they do appoint the leader of the House of Representatives to be president for the short term, that's, again, the odds of that are 1,000 to 1. So it's another £1. So basically, how I was sold this, if you put £50 on Donald Trump to win, £1 on the 2 vice presidents, and £1 on, Nancy Pelosi, that's a £53 bet. And you've got, I would say, a better than average chance of actually winning one of those bets, and you'll get, £1,000. So 50-50 chance on a £53 bet for £1,000 win seemed a very, very good, statistically worth a flutter. So I never bet. I hate gambling, but I suppose I do bet on the Grand National, but that's just for fun with friends. I wouldn't dream of going to a betting shop and betting for fun on my own. However, I was convinced by this argument. So I've actually done it. I've sent this information to all my friends via email if they want to partake of it. Though, of course, if they lose, please don't blame me. It's only a 50-50 chance of winning. But I've been amazed. A friend of a friend bet £18,000 on this bet, which I think is nuts. But if you can afford it, do it. His argument was he's betting his new car against paying off his mortgage. So, okay, if he can afford to do that, he just have to make do with his, the old car he's got for another 5 years. And likewise, one of my close Russian friends, she's just bet £5,000 on this bet. So I personally think that is remarkably keen. And, I might be tempted to bet more. If I was working, then I might be tempted to bet a bit more. But, let's not be greedy here. £53, well, that's not a big blow. It's only like a meal out, and or a meal out and a bottle of wine and taxi home. Whereas that nets 1,000. So I've emailed all my friends the offer, and don't feel I'm offering you a scam or I'm ripping you off, or it's nothing like that. It's just mathematically very tempting for me, and I thought I'd share it with everyone to see if they were interested. That's it. I don't get anything if you win or lose, but if you do bet, several £1,000s and pay off your mortgage, please feel free to sponsor this channel at the link below, because I could really do with that at the moment. Even if it covered my internet bill, that would be fantastic. So there, top tip from the channel, and let's hope that Trump, Pence, Kamala Harris or Nancy Pelosi gets the presidency. Okay, thanks a lot. That's today. Bye.